Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So in this video I would like to continue my previous video entitled International Conventions on Maritime Liens and Mortgage 1993. Chapter 2, Part 2. The owner and master of the vessel or the owner of other property in danger shall owe a duty to the sailor. A. To cooperate fully with him during the course of the salvage operations. B. In so doing, to exercise due care to prevent or minimize damage to the environment. And C. When the vessel or other property has been brought to a place of safety, to accept redelivery when reasonably requested by the sailor to do so. Article 9. Right of coastal states. Nothing in this convention shall affect the right of the coastal state concerned to take measures in accordance with generally recognized principles of international law to protect its coastline or related interests from pollution or the threats of pollution, following upon the maritime casualty or acts relating to such a casualty which may reasonably be expected to result in major harmful consequences, including the right of a coastal state to give directions in relation to salvage operation. Article 10. Duty to render assistance. 1. Every master is bound, so far as he can do so without serious danger to his vessel and person thereon, to render assistance to any person in danger of being lost at sea. 2. The states parties shall adopt the measures necessary to enforce the duty set out in paragraph 1. 3. The owner of the vessel shall incur no liability for a breach of the duty of the master under paragraph 1. Article 11. Cooperation. A state party shall, whenever regulating or deciding upon matter relating to salvage operation, such as admittance to port of vessel in distress or the provisions of facilities to sailors, take into account the need for cooperation between sailors, other interested parties, and public authorities in order to ensure the efficient and successful performance of salvage operations for the purpose of saving life or property in danger as well as preventing damage to the environmental in general. Chapter 3. Right of sailors. Article 12. Conditions for reward. 1. Salvage operations which have had a useful result give right to a reward. 2. Except as otherwise provided. No payment is due under these conventions if the salvage operations have had no useful result. This chapter shall apply notwithstanding at the sole vessel and the vessel undertaking the salvage operations belongs to the same owner. Article 13. Criteria for fixing the reward. 1. The reward shall be fixed with a view to encouraging salvage operation. A. The salvage value of the vessel and other property. B. The scale of effort of the sailor in preventing, minimizing damage to the environment. C. The measure of success obtained by the sailor. D. The nature of and degree of the danger. E. The skill and effort of the sailors in salving the vessel, other property, and life. F. The time used and expenses and losses incurred by the sailors. G. The risk of liability and other risks run by the sailor or their equipment. The promptness of the security rendered. I. The availability and use of vessel or other equipment intended for salvage operation. J. The state of red lines and efficiency of the salvage equipment and the value thereof. 2. Payment of a reward fixed according to the paragraph 1 shall be made by all of the vessel and other property interests in proportion to their respective soft values. However, a state party made its national law provided that the payment of a reward has to be made by one of these interests. 3. The reward, exclusive of any interest and recoverable legal costs that may be payable thereon, shall not exceed the self-value of the vessel and other property. Article 14. Special compensation. 1. If the salvor has carried out salvage operations in respect of a vessel which by itself or its cargo there's no damage to the environment and has failed to earn a reward under Article 13 at least equivalent to special compensation accessible in accordance with this article, he shall be entitled to special compensation from the owner of the vessel equivalent to his expenses as herein defined. 2. If the circumstances set out in paragraph 1, the salvor by his salvage operations has prevented or minimized damage to the environment, the special compensations payable by the owner to salvor under paragraph 1 may be increased up to a maximum of 30% of the expenses incurred by the salvor. 3. Salvor's expenses for the purpose of paragraph 1 and 2 means the out-of-pocket expenses reasonably incurred by the salvor in the salvage operations and a fair rate for equipment and personnel actually and reasonably used in the salvage operation. 4. The total special compensation under this article shall be paid only if and to the extent that such compensation is greater than any reward recoverable by the salvor under Article 30. 5. In the salvor has been negligent and has thereby failed to prevent or minimize damage to the environment. 6. Nothing in this article shall affect any right of recourse of the part of the owner of the vessel. Article 15. Apportionment between salvors. First, the appointment of a reward under Article 13 between salvors shall be made on the basis of the criteria contained in the article. Second, the appointment between the owner, master, and other person in the service of each saving vessel shall be determined by the law of the flag of the vessel. If the salvage has not been carried out from a vessel, the apportionment shall be determined by the law governing the contract between the salvor and his servant. Article 16. Salvage of person. 1. No remuneration is due from person whose lives are saved, but nothing in this article shall affect the provisions of national law on this subject. 2. A salvor of human life who has taken part in the service rendered on the occasions of the accident giving rise to salvage is entitled to fair share of the payment awarded to a salvor for saving a vessel or other property or preventing or minimizing damage to the environment. So the next chapter and the next article will be read on the next part. So don't forget to watch the next part and Bye-bye!
Natutigis mo lang.